Strap in because today we're peeling back the mask of yet another unhinged chapter of leftist lunacy. Tesla edition, of course, because that's what they're confronting at this current moment. This time, it's March 19th, 2025 in Lynnwood, Washington, just outside of Seattle, where a masked coward hunted down a woman in her Tesla like it was a twisted game of cat and mouse. Why? Because he's decided her car is a Nazi. Yes, you heard that correctly. This isn't some movie script with some unhinged lunatic. They actually exist in real life. And what it is domestic terrorism, staring us directly in the face.
Angry because she was driving a Tesla.
Lee was on the way to a doctor's appointment in Lynnwood Wednesday morning when she says all of a sudden a driver behind her just laid on the horn as they came up to a red light. Things spiraled out of control when a white SUV followed her and cut her off, stopping in the middle of the road.
Gets out and walks straight up to my window. So I cracked my window and I said, what is the problem? And he goes, you need to sell your car. This is a Nazi car. You're driving it. You need to sell your car.
Let's call it exactly what it is. Domestic terrorism. This isn't some peaceful sit-in like Martin Luther King in the 1960s or a guy with a picket sign. Donald Trump, of course, refers to it as domestic terrorism. I mean, you torch cyber trucks, you key cars. Why? Because of the person's political ideology, because you're trying to inflict pain on your opponent via the threat or use of violence. I mean, they go around shooting up Teslas. This is going to count. This guy just didn't wake up grumpy. He's part of a coordinated hate campaign against an American icon, a company that employs 125,000 people, and anyone who dares to drive its cars. That's not protest, folks. That's a felony with a side of crazy. Now here is where the left's sanctimonious word twisting kicks in. They'll clutch their pearls and cry, "Oh, but it's just a protest, free speech." Really? Let's rewind the tape. When conservatives got fed up with Bud Light's woke pandering or Target's rainbow overload, what did we do? We didn't firebomb their stores or stalk their CEOs. We merely stopped buying their crap. Simple, effective. Cash registers felt the pain. And that was that. No Molotov cocktails, no mass vigilantes, such as this gentleman. Just wallets snapping shut. But when Team Blue's unhinged foot soldiers don't like Tesla, they tail women on highways, torch cars, smash showrooms, light ablaze charging stations, and they call it justice. They are trying to conflate protest with outright destruction, as if boycotting a beer is the same as terrorizing a driver. Well, leftist brainiacs, and I say that word with the utmost derision, it's not. One is an exercise of my own liberty to spend as I see fit. The other is a crime. So stop gaslighting us with your dictionary gymnastics and attempts to equivocate. You've done it so many times that the majority of the public is wising up. Well, I certainly hope that's the case. And to be clear, just to be clear, the destruction of private property does not equal protest. It's not the mostly peaceful summer of love BLM riots. Definitions, my friends, have switched back to normal.
Lee says she's been driving a Tesla for the last 2 years. She says a man wearing a camouflage jacket and a ski mask attacked her for it.
It's really sad, that this is what's happening to people who honestly...
She's just driving her Tesla, minding her own business. Maybe she's heading to work or picking up groceries or going to get the kids from somewhere.
It doesn't affect how I believe or what I believe. It's just the car I drive. Being in Seattle, it was climate's important, our footprint's important. This seemed like the right move for our very busy family.
Suddenly, this masked psycho is in her rear view, swerving around. Then he cuts her off, blocking her escape. And he's yelling, he's ranting about Nazis. And she's trapped. Her heart is pounding. No idea if he's got a weapon, what his intentions are, or worse. She is not a soldier. She's not trained for this. She wants to get on with her day, just like the rest of us. I mean, who out there doesn't have bills, kids, a job to get to? We have enough to worry about without some unhinged nut job playing Mad Max over a car. And this, my friends, is where strong men step up. Civilization crumbles when a woman cannot drive home without being hunted.
It was to align with what we thought, that it's easy to just, turn over a $60,000 car and find something new that works. That's not a decision that everybody can make overnight. And I think that puts a lot of us in a hard position.
We need the archetype, the protector, the no-nonsense enforcer to say enough. Not coddling these clowns, not debating their feelings. That's long since past. We shut it down, and we shut it down hard, because most of us are too busy just surviving to play superhero ourselves. I have to say that this is not about one woman or one car. It's a pattern. It's a war on sanity, on our freedoms, on the right to live without some blue-haired zealot torching your life over a grudge against a man who is reducing our tax burden, who is doing more for the environment than anybody previously, making their green dreams come true. We're talking the Tesla solar panel, the Tesla car. So let's please share this video, and especially to your left-leaning friends, and then ask them pointedly, how is stalking a woman a win? Why is trashing Teslas noble, but boycotting Bud Light hatred? Watch them squirm before inevitably they recite their NPC programming talking points. January 6th, Orange Man bad, Elon is a Nazi. And so, of course, are you for asking the question. And by the way, here is a personal gut punch. My own mom lives in that area, cruising around in her Tesla, formerly mine. I gave it to her when we left the country. And if that masked freak had hunted her down, boxed her in, and then scared her fragile heart into giving out, that's not just some random incident. That's murder of my beloved mother, plain and simple. And I'd be coming for you, pal. No hesitation, no mercy, just pure, unfiltered justice.
I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next.
I hope every red-blooded man out there feels that same fire in your gut when a woman that you love is accosted by this psycho. Because it's our duty to shield the gentler sex, to stand between them and the rabid wolves unleashed by George Soros and all his fellow left-wing NGOs and the puppets that they control. These clowns preach love and compassion from their ivory towers, but their cash funds chaos, terror, and destruction. Hypocrisy doesn't begin to cover it. It is evil with a smile. So step up, men. Civilization is on the line, and we're the last wall holding back the horde.